Sean Zittel, happy. A pleasure to be joined by my Brooklynite, my man Bruce Shu Shu Carrington, the most exciting young undefeated prospect, well, contender now, prospect contender,
Yeah, yeah.
top four by the WBO, top seven by the WBC, fighting in Madison Square Garden again against Enrique Vivas. Bruce, what's going on, man?
Man, we're getting through camp right now. We about 2 weeks until fight week. And bro, I've hit my peak in camp at the right time, the perfect time. I'm doing great in sparring. And we're ready. We're more than ready for Jose Enrique Vivas come June 8th. I'm just really excited to be able to put on the show for everybody once again.
Now, there's a lot of boxing to get to, but does your Brooklyn style speak for itself?
Brook Law. I love that. I love that. Of course. Of course, bro. Come on. It's something that I carry with myself, bro. It's something that you're gonna always see like in the ring. That's just the aura that I just bring inside the ring and everything for. But that was funny. I like that. I like
Like a
that.
wrestler, another notch under my belt. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Speaking of the aura that you bring into the ring, Bruce, can you take me through it for a minute, mentally, psychologically? Here's Bruce now, the nice guy with the
Mm,
big smile, good personality. Take
yeah.
me through psychologically, mentally, that transformation into Bruce the Killer in the ring.
Oh yeah, that Bruce the Killer is Shu Shu. And Shu Shu, he's more so it's like the transition into Shu Shu is kind of like it's just like it's kind of like a quick switch to be honest. Because at that moment, I'm just thinking about everything that I've trained for, everything I've worked so hard for, me putting food on the table for my family. And then sometimes I make like little things up in my head too, just to like, you know, add the fuel to the fire. Sometimes like a few of my opponents, I would say, have been a little too nice to me before I would have to fight them. And then it's like, dang, now I gotta create something in my head that you did not do, but what I mean, I gotta create some fake story in my head so I can be able to be upset at you and then get you up out of there. Like I kind of did that my last fight as well, because dude, Bernard Torres, he was just too polite. He was too polite, bro. He's too much of a gentleman. So I was like, nah, I gotta I gotta make something up. And you know what's funny? I thought I was crazy to about doing that for a while until I saw The Last Dance with
I was
Michael
going to bring it
Jordan.
up.
And
Yep.
Michael Jordan said he did the same thing. So I'm like, okay, so it's not just me. What I mean? That was pretty cool. But that's kind of some of the things that I do, or if it's like some music that I listen to when I'm listening to 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying, like it just gets you into that menacing mode. So it's just pretty easy to just kind of get me into that switch, to be honest.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're referencing. Michael Jordan with the Washington player. I don't know if they were the
Yeah.
Bullets back then when he did it or the Wizards, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then Michael's from Brooklyn too. So
Yeah, yeah, he's from Brooklyn. He don't really rep Brooklyn like that. You know what I mean? And people don't really know that, but yeah, he's a Brooklynite, man.
but go talking about Enrique Vivas, 23-3, but all three losses by decision.
Mm,
Hasn't been stopped. Do you
mm.
think you're the first man to stop him?
100%. Definitely, definitely. It's just more so because of the way I've been training, how hard I've been training, what I know I'm gonna bring to the table. It's kind of similar situations with my last two fights as well. It's just how I've just been feeling. Like for majority of my career, I've been selectively not doing certain things and not showing certain things just so I can just give people like a little taste of what I can do, little teasers here and there. And I still haven't like shown my full arsenal, but I promised at the end of last year and going into this whole 2024 that I'm gonna show much more of my of the Bruce Shu Carrington arsenal and like really start to put foot on everybody's necks and really make a statement because I feel like my style and everything and the way I approach the fight is like I feel like it's underappreciated. I feel like it's becoming more, notable now, but that's because I've been, really putting in the pain. But before it, I felt like it was a little overlooked. And in terms of little things, like little nuance things, like my defense, the way I do little distance stuff, or cadence and punching, or switching up flows, like little things like that. I feel like people weren't noticing until now. But I'm gonna really make some noise coming this 2024, and we're gonna really just tear up the whole featherweight division.
Yeah, what's the real logic behind now? At first, kind of from what I'm hearing, you holding back some of the tools in the arsenal and now
Mhm.
bringing them out. Is it because you felt slept on and I got to get these knockouts to get people to give me the attention I deserve, or what's the logic behind it?
Honestly, it was more so like to create a surprise factor. So it was like, he's okay, but he doesn't do this, this, that, and the third. But I can do it all. Like I can do it all. But I've just been wanting to have the surprise factor to it. Like, oh, okay, so Shu Shu, he can do this. Oh, he does have punching power. Oh, he can box. Oh, he can brawl. He likes the inside game. You know, I can do it all, man. I feel like it was never about the knockouts per se. Like the knockouts just come. I don't plan for it, but I do know, excuse me, how to flip the switch to get it though. And like, you ever notice like how Javante Davis, whenever he flips the switch, the guy's gonna be out of there. Terrence Crawford, whenever he flips the switch, the guy's gonna be out of there. Like I know how to flip the switch, but I've just been showing it more recently. Like you know what I mean? I feel like, that's probably the edge that people has been wanting to see from me. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give them what they want. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be pulling my punches like Spider-Man no more. I'm gonna start, you know what I mean, doing my thing and really show the world that I am ready to fight these champions and I'm ready to, get my title shot, man, whenever it comes.
Well, yeah, to your point, four knockouts in the last five fights,
Mhm.
and you mentioned Terrence, you mentioned Tank, how were you able then to you're talking about flipping a switch, but not getting out of character? We see some fighters that are fast, that have good skills, and when they try to turn the switch on, like you say, it could get them in trouble.
Mhm.
They start, it's like they're out of character
Mhm.
trying to load up or inflict more punishment instead of just boxing. So, how does that work for you?
For me, I mean, I've been in the game. I've been boxing for 20 years, man, and and I've learned about myself a lot in terms of being a guy that adjusts to any and everything. And I've just learned over the years, man, like just to just have controlled aggression, just calm down and have a lot of experience, man. So I just learned about that. Like I've had my mistakes in the amateurs where I've tried to flip the switch and I got out of hand and I got caught. You know what I mean? Like that's happened before. So, it's all about just, picking your shots, being accurate, but throwing everything with bad intentions. Being real, having like real pinpoint accuracy and having an approach of being like a juggernaut at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're like being a cerebral assassin. So it's just all about just being calculated, but an aggressive calculated type of thing. You know what I mean? That's all it is, to be honest. And a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people I notice like people they try to flip the switch and they just kind of just get overhyped. You know what I mean? But nah, it's a real art to be able to, compose yourself, but still get the job done and get him up out of there in dramatic fashion.
Now, I believe I only got you for a few more minutes, so let me get to the hotness, to the big name, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Inoue.
I already know
Yeah.
one of the names you gonna put out there. Everybody keep throwing that name at me, man. But go ahead.
Well, okay. So watching the Neri fight where Inoue had this great performance, knocked him out in 6 rounds, but he did get caught in an exchange with
Mhm.
Neri in that first round. Did you see things you could exploit in that regard?
I've been seeing things I could exploit like fights ago, honestly. Like this is just when my time comes, it comes because like, and I'm very confident that I will be in a way because it's certain things that he does that he lacks defensively that I do very well on an offensive end that I'll expose on an offensive end, and I do it easily. So it's just like whenever he decides to make his way up to 126, it's gonna be a different ball game for him. And I'm honestly not sure if he can dish out what he takes. I mean, if he can, yeah, like take what he dishes out, excuse
Right.
me. Because he's strong and everything, you know what I'm saying? Like he's been shown time and time again that he can get guys out of there. His power is there. But can he take what he dishes out? At the same time. That's the real important question. And I don't know if his caliber of opponents have been able to challenge him in that regard. Like, Donaire has given him some work, but at the same time, that's an old Donaire. You know what I mean? So I would like to see how he'll match up with guys up in the 126 division, especially myself.
Well, realistically, approaching this fight, because it is a career-changing fight, a life-changing fight, if you could land it, and especially if you could win it.
Mm.
Do you have to kind of expedite the process you're on? Basically, get to that WBO belt at 126 before he does, so that he has to get through you if and when he moves up to featherweight.
Definitely. Definitely. I'm trying to get his strap before he, tries to, fight the champs at 126. So he has to see me. Like that is the plan. That really is the plan. And listen, at the end of the day though, like that is the fight to be made, me and Inoue. But I genuinely do believe that I'm gonna be Bruce Shu Shu Carrington, and my name will ring bells for years to come, with or without him. Like
Right.
that's not a fight that I feel like I need. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be a superstar with or without anyway.
Well, we touched on Crawford earlier. Are you similar to Bud Crawford in that you got long arms and speed,
Mm.
but you're really at your most dangerous in the exchanges, punching in between the other guys' punches, finding the openings there, and you're not trying to just stay on the outside all night with those long arms and speed. That's where you're at your most deadly. Are you similar to Bud in that way?
I think so. I think so because then I get real comfortable in the inside. I get super comfortable in the inside, and I like to get real gritty. And I kind of turn it to like I get real animalistic with my mentality when I'm in there too, and I'm fighting in the storm. And like a guy like is there throwing their shots, and they trying to go crazy, but at the same time I'm blocking, and as I'm blocking, I'm just seeing like wide open shots, and I could just really dig in and really pulling full effort into these shots, and then watch the reaction, and then watching them break down. It's something like real satisfying about that. Like really just watching a grown man break down and like trying to like either quit or they're backing down or whatever. Like it's something real satisfying about that. It kind of like gives like it gives me like a thrill. You know what I'm saying? So it puts me like in an animalistic mentality, and I just really just kind of just zone in at that point. So yeah, no, I think I'm real. I'm more dangerous for sure. Like in that inside, I'm dangerous on the outside as well too, but I really like to like turn it up when I'm in the inside, up close and personal.
I'm gonna test the history right now on you, Bruce.
Okay.
Back to when you were just a born baby in Brooklyn. There was the last, I know you don't want it to end up the same way. You don't believe in your heart it'll end up the same way, but there was this international superstar came to the Garden to fight a New Yorker. Prince Nassim fought Kevin Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the kind of like the big like come on Inoue if you want some smoke in America come to the Garden fight in New York. This is the kind of fight that's worth your time in
That
America.
would be that would be great, and it will definitely end up differently than Prince Nassim, Hamed, and Kevin Kelly, and end it. Like I'm definitely gonna end up having my hands raised at the end. But yeah, I would love that. That would be like electric. That would be super electric. I mean, I wouldn't mind fighting in Japan either, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would not mind fighting in Japan. Me taking that flight. I've been wanting to go to Japan anyway. I was supposed to go to the Olympics in 2020. My trip to Japan is way overdue. So I would not mind going over there. But man, my crowd is crazy. I would love to have that mixture of crowds with his fans and my fans, and just making the whole fight electric.
Japanese culture is really dope. You might have some Japanese fans listening to the interview. You anything you like about Japanese culture? Any video games or anime or
Dude, I'm a
anything?
big bro. I'm a big anime fan, bro. Big anime fan. Like one of my favorite shows right now is Solo Leveling. I love Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Windbreaker is a new show I've just been watching. One of the OGs that make me fall in love with anime is Dragon Ball.
Of course.
Dude, like I'm a big anime watcher, bro. And yeah, man. Whenever me and in a way meet in person, I have some Japanese words for to share with him as well too.
Vegeta or Goku?
I've grown more with Vegeta like over time. Like initially it was Goku, but maturing I've grown with Vegeta more, bro. It's a lot that I can relate with Vegeta, and I felt like he was a better tactical fighter anyway. But the only reason why he is not better than Goku is because he always just like, if Goku doesn't get better, he's not gonna get better. And if Goku stops fighting, he's gonna stop fighting. Like he doesn't try to just be the best ever. He just wants to be better than Goku. So it's just, what I mean? That's the only thing I don't like. But man, freaking dude, like Vegeta never gets his fair shake. Every single time they fight the big bad people, the big boss of any saga, it's always Goku that get the win at the last minute, or they fuse together. Like Vegeta never get his, what I mean? He never get his shine, man. I don't like that. It's about time he get his shine, dude.
Well, before you go, I'm just getting word in my 1950s headset from Top Rank
Yeah.
PR that Inoue will be attending the fight June 8th at the Garden.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm expecting him. I'm expecting that. I'm excited, for him to be there. And yeah, give me even more reason to put on the show, man. He's gonna enjoy the Shu Shu show, and hopefully he don't duck after.
Well, best of luck to you, man. June 8th. I'll be watching along with all the boxing fans. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Bruce. If there's anything
Same,
else
same.
you want to say to the boxing fans, please let it be known. Any gems you got to drop them.
Man, hey, listen, you guys can just follow me on my Instagram, Bruce_Carrington, my Twitter, B_Carrington1. I got a documentary that's out. It's called Brownsville Born. You guys can watch that on brownsvilleborn.com. And June 8th, please remember the date, June 8th, live on ESPN. I'm gonna be the co-feature on Xander Zayas' card. And yeah, man, it's gonna be Shu York City, man. It's Shu York City that night. New York City is turning to Shu York City. It's gonna be Puerto Rican Day weekend, so I'm a Shu York Rican for that day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be a show that y'all ain't gonna want to miss. Don't blink.
Thank you, Bruce. Take care, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.